A simple cotton t-shirt costs $3,000, and the waiting list to purchase it extends months into the future. This isn't madness or marketing hype. It represents a philosophy of luxury so profound that it has transformed an entire Italian village and challenged everything the fashion industry believes about profit and purpose. Welcome to the extraordinary world of Brunello Cucinelli, where cashmere is called the fiber of the gods. Employees never work past 5:30 in the afternoon, and capitalism is practiced as a form of humanism. In 1978, a young Italian man named Brunello Cucinelli watched his father return home, exhausted from a factory job, humiliated by harsh conditions, and treated as nothing more than a production unit. That moment planted a seed that would eventually grow into one of the most revolutionary luxury brands in modern history. Cucinelli vowed to create a company where human dignity would never be sacrificed for profit, where beauty and ethics would coexist, and where luxury would mean something far deeper than expensive materials. The Solomeo village in Umbria, a medieval hamlet that was nearly abandoned, became the unlikely headquarters for this vision. Cucinelli purchased the crumbling village and spent decades restoring it to become what he calls a place where the spirit can rest. The restoration project wasn't merely about preserving old stones. It was about creating an environment where craftspeople could work surrounded by beauty, art, and dignity. Today, Solomeo features a Roman amphitheater that hosts classical performances, a library filled with ancient texts, sculptures by contemporary artists, and gardens designed for contemplation. The workers enjoy gourmet cafeteria meals prepared with local organic ingredients. And the company maintains strict rules against working evenings or weekends. If you're captivated by this unique approach to luxury and business and want to discover more stories about brands that dare to operate differently, please subscribe to Lux Eternal and activate the notification bell. Your support allows us to continue exploring the fascinating philosophies and human stories behind the world's most exceptional luxury houses. The cashmere that forms the foundation of Cucinelli's empire comes from goats raised in Inner Mongolia at altitudes above 4,000 meters. These animals develop incredibly fine undercoats to survive brutal winters where temperatures plunge to -40 degrees. The herders collect the precious fiber by gently combing the goats during their spring molt, yielding only 150 grams of usable cashmere per animal annually. This harvesting method, which has remained unchanged for centuries, respects the animals and produces fibers of extraordinary fineness, measuring 14 to 15 microns in diameter. Cucinelli pays significantly above market rates for this exceptional cashmere, often 30 to 40% more than competitors offer. This approach to sourcing materials creates a supply chain rooted in mutual respect and long-term thinking rather than quarterly profit optimization. While fast fashion brands boast about reducing production time to days or even hours, Cucinelli's pieces require weeks or months to complete. A single cashmere sweater passes through the hands of 25 different artisans, each specializing in one specific aspect of construction. The knitting machines operate at deliberately slow speeds to avoid stressing the delicate fibers, and every piece is inspected multiple times throughout production. This investment in human capital contradicts the prevailing wisdom that automation and efficiency should replace skilled labor. Cucinelli believes that the human hand, guided by years of experience and genuine care, creates something machines never can: soul in the garment. The cotton comes from specific fields in Peru where plants are grown without chemicals and harvested entirely by hand. Each fiber is exceptionally long staple, creating a fabric so soft it feels almost liquid against the skin, and the weaving process uses techniques developed over generations. The t-shirt is then garment dyed using natural pigments in a process that takes 3 days compared to the 3 hours standard in conventional production. The Peruvian farmers receive fair compensation that allows them to send their children to university. The artisans in Solomeo work reasonable hours in beautiful surroundings with healthcare, education support, and retirement benefits that exceed Italian legal requirements. The company maintains a profit margin of just 10%. Far below the 30 to 40% typical in luxury fashion, because Cucinelli believes excessive profit is a form of theft. The stores, located in the world's most exclusive shopping districts, feel more like elegant living rooms than commercial spaces. The sales associates receive extensive training, not in aggressive selling techniques, but in the philosophy behind the brand. Becoming educators rather than mere clerks, when investors pressured him to accelerate expansion, he famously responded that faster growth would require compromising the very principles that make the brand special. He speaks about the dignity of work, the importance of beauty in daily life, and the responsibility of business to contribute to human flourishing. His office in Solomeo contains more philosophy books than fashion magazines, and he regularly hosts symposiums where scholars discuss ethics and aesthetics. This intellectual foundation isn't marketing theater. It genuinely guides business decisions in ways that often contradict profit maximization. The company's approach to sustainability preceded the current fashion industry awakening by decades. Cucinelli has always believed that respecting nature, using materials that will last, and creating timeless rather than trendy pieces constitutes the only moral approach. The environmental impact of producing one Cucinelli sweater that lasts 20 years is far less than producing 20 fast fashion sweaters that each last 1 year. There's a nursery for workers, children, a medical clinic, and programs supporting continued education at any age. He speaks regularly at economic forums, quietly challenging the assumptions that have governed capitalism for the past 40 years. The brand's celebrity following emerged organically rather than through influencer payments or strategic gifting. Barack Obama, Mark Zuckerberg, and numerous tech billionaires wear Cucinelli because the clothes embody understated quality rather than logo-driven status. The succession effect brought new attention to the brand as costume designers recognized that Cucinelli's aesthetic perfectly captured old money sophistication. The craftsmanship extends to details invisible to casual observation, but evident to anyone who truly examines the garments. Buttonholes are hand-sewn using silk thread in a technique requiring 15 minutes each. Seams are reinforced internally using methods that add hours to production but ensure the garment maintains its shape over decades. The finishing process includes hand-pressing each piece multiple times and inspecting under specialized lighting that reveals imperfections invisible under normal conditions. Cucinelli's approach to product development contradicts the fashion industry's obsession with constant novelty and seasonal changes. The core collection evolves slowly, with perhaps 5% new items each season, because the focus is on perfecting existing designs rather than chasing trends. A blazer silhouette might be refined over 5 years based on customer feedback and wearing observations. The color palette reflects Cucinelli's belief that luxury should be quiet and harmonious rather than attention-seeking. The famous neutral tones, ranging from warm grays to soft browns and gentle blues, are achieved through proprietary dyeing processes. The restraint in color and design allows the quality of materials and construction to speak rather than relying on visual gimmicks. But Cucinelli's vision for the future of luxury centers, on the idea that true luxury is time, beauty, and dignity rather than mere expensive possessions. He speaks about creating a company that will outlast him by centuries, serving future generations while maintaining its core values. The succession planning focuses on finding leaders who share the philosophy rather than merely business acumen, because protecting the culture matters more than maximizing returns. The brand represents living proof that business can serve profit and purpose simultaneously, that you don't have to choose between ethics and excellence, and that luxury means something far more profound than a high price tag alone.